आज हमारे स्टूडियो में विशेष मेहमान हैं प्रोफेसर परमिंदर सोहल। प्रोफेसर साहब, आपका भी हम रेडियो वास स्टूडियो में हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं। प्रोफेसर, आप आज हम एक बड़े अच्छे और बड़े अहम मौजू पे बात कर रहे हैं, एंगर, गुस्सा। आप हमें ये बताएं कि एंगर को कंट्रोल, एंगर क्यों आता है हमें?
गुस्सा आंदा ही क्यों है जी?
हाँ, आता क्यों?
गुस्सा आंदा क्यों है? The question asked here is why we get angry. Where this anger comes from. So today what we'll do is we'll look at the autonomy or the cognitive brain function, why we get angry, and how this anger was designed in our DNA from last millions of years when we lived in the caves. It was a means to protect us. Anything which nature or consciousness gives us, there's a function for it. But we didn't really learn how to adapt to the change we have gone through from that from caveman to an industrial to a information age. Right now we are living together. The second part is that we lose the balance, and how becoming mindful is really important to analyze if we are getting angry, why we are getting angry. So to stitch this discussion together, I wrote a few lines I was sharing earlier. This is a dialogue happening between the anger, the gussa, and the conscious mind or mindful mind, which is awareness or consciousness. So anger is asking this, और गुस्सा ये पूछ रहा है कि मैं तुझको सुनता हूँ तो सुनाई क्यों नहीं देता?
मैं तुझको सुनता हूँ
तो सुनाई क्यों नहीं देता?
गुस्सा कर रहा है।
गुस्सा कह रहा है, मैं तुझको सुनता हूँ तो सुनाई क्यों नहीं देता? मैं तुझको देखता हूँ तो दिखाई क्यों नहीं देता? ये मेरे कुछ इल्जाम हैं, सफाई क्यों नहीं देता? मेरे मुस्कुराते चेहरे को देखकर धोखा खा रहे हो तुम। मेरे दिल का ये रंजिश तुझे दिखाई क्यों नहीं देता? मोहब्बत में मेरी लाल आंखों में नमी आई है। मोहब्बत में मेरी लाल आंखों में नमी आई है। मैं तुझे जीत जाने की मुबारकबाद देता हूँ, तू मुझे हार जाने की बधाई क्यों नहीं देता? मैं तुझको सुनता हूँ तो सुनाई क्यों नहीं देता?
बहुत खूब।
So taking these lines, I will try to put together this discussion going forward.
प्रोफेसर, गुस्सा आना जरूरी वैसे?
Yes, it is a part of a function. गुस्सा क्यों आता है? So let me talk from an autonomy or the brain sciences about it. I will not use a lot of terms so people will get confused. I will use very little words from a biological or chemical aspect, but I will try to help you understand. When we were living in old ages, right, in the caves, or we were trying to for our survival. If we are getting attacked by animals or other tribes, so we have to survive ourselves.
For safety?
For safety, for our own safety. So what happens is amygdala, which is a part of the brain, whenever this alarm goes that somebody is going to attack you or hurt you, it sends a signal into the body. This signal creates a dopamine and adrenaline release into our bloodstream. So all the blood from digestion or non-important functions, the blood gets into the muscles. So that's why when person is angry, he has a lot of energy and his eyes are very red because he has to attack. So energy get concentrated and then you attack it. So if somebody is hitting you, you can hit back or you can run faster. There are different ways to get out of this whole thing. Because anger creates that mechanism to give you what you don't have. It focuses that energy so you can take an action on it. Anger was supposed to be a way to defend yourself. That's why it's been given to your body.
ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਤਦ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਅਟੈਕ ਹੋਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਬੋਡੀ ਅਲਰਟ ਹੋ ਗਈ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਬੋਡੀ ਅਲਰਟ ਹੋ ਗਈ। ਬਿਨਾਂ ਅਟੈਕ ਕੀਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆਇਆ ਹੀ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ। ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੁਭਾਅ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਛੋਟੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਦਾ।
Basically frustrated.
You know, gussa.
Maybe when they want to achieve something and उनके बस के बाहर है, तो वो भी frustrated. That comes,
yeah. So when we get angry, it's not only on the physical level; it's more on the emotional level too.
Emotional, okay.
And so today, sir, you came to this place, right? And in a way, you press the brake. From a biological perspective, there's a cortisol has been released into your bloodstream. This is a stress hormone. It has given you a stress because the moment you put the brake on, there was a stress action has happened. A hormone is released into your body. It will take 8 hours to release from your body.
Oh.
So think about if you're living in a stressful environment, you work from 8 to 5, how many times this hormone is released in your body? So we are living in a very different world how the body was being designed.
ਮਤਲਬ ਕਹਿਣ ਤੋਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਜੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਵੈਸੇ ਬੋਡੀ ਦੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਘੱਟ ਯੂਟਿਲਾਈਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਜੇ ਗੁੱਸੇ 'ਚ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤਾਂ એનર્ਜੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਯੂਟਿਲਾਈਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਮਲਟੀਪਲ ਟਾਈਮਸ.
Yeah, so the problem is we don't release it. So look at a deer or animals. A deer is being chased by a lion. And that person goes and really runs away, right? Or cortisol release or the way it's releasing in us. But when you have seen animals after some time they shake your body.
Yeah.
Like dogs and cats and all those things. They know how to release that cortisol which was released to come into the normal state. Because now they are not being chased by lion or some other person to eat it. But human body is not designed by that. So we cannot release that. So slowly this becomes a depression, this becomes an issue going forward.
In this example you gave about the deer, he's running with the fear also in mind that he's going to somebody.
Yeah. So fear. So there are two aspects. One was cortisol, which made you alert. This was a stress hormone was being released, and the second is your blood is being pulled out from the body and putting more energy into the legs, so the deer can run faster than the lion or the tiger. But after that person, lion has either he's eaten it or the deer got escaped, right? So say in the case deer has been escaped, now the blood start going back into the digestion and all those things, but cortisol is still there, the stress hormone is still there. So what the deer does, deer makes a shake. By shaking, your stress goes off. Okay. Bhagwan created a meditation called Kundalini meditation. It has 4 stages. I will not go too much into it, but when we come home, we cannot go to bed without thinking what happened at the work. We still keep thinking about it, right? Because of the cortisol release in the body, and you are not able to release it. So doing that animal shaking type of exercise, meditation with the music and with dance, people can release that pressure and then go back to the bed. But coming back to you, why? So this is one function of an anger. Today we don't live in caves.
Yeah.
We live in a very civilized society. So we need to understand. So anger is deformation of the love. You wanted something the way you wanted it. It is not happening that way.
Okay.
गुस्से में प्यार है.
गुस्से में, हाँ. So this love is turning into a judgment to an anger to a guilt, a shame. It takes different stages, you know. जो हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, गुस्सा बेवकूफ़ी से शुरू होता है, पश्चाताप पे जाके खत्म होता है.
Very good.
So it's very important that we need to become aware that why this it not go too far away. That you hurt somebody and you hurt yourself.
But how to control it?
Yes, let's come to that one. I will give you an example so we can all understand this thing. During the Second World War, in Germany, this one person was putting mines into the cave. And a rod came and hit on his forehead here. Went through the cheek he came. So from head, cheek. I have the pictures and everything too. And after that, this person become really violent, aggressive. He can hurt anybody.
With the anger.
The anger. This anger comes so fast in him. So the doctors who were doing research at him, they said, we see this guy was very caring, loving, and he used to help a lot, and that's why he was in the cave till the end. And now he has turned totally opposites. So from that research, what happened was, yes, Mandela sends all the signals to shut the body and off, but our forehead has a thinking capacity. And when this thinking capacity doesn't function fully, because of that rod, it got destroyed, this person got really angry and very violent in nature also. So what they did was, as a university, medical school, said, okay, let's find these people who are really violent and really get angry and get them the MRI scans of the brains. Let's see through that whole thing what's going on. So when they did this whole research, they found out that the gray matter, we call it, or just say this is something which is between the brain and the skull, that is very thin. The people who don't have the good gray matter gets angry very fast. Okay. And then the research happened, and what they did was they actually brought some monks from Dharamshala, and they did research on this. These guys have very, very calm mind, and they do meditations and look at their brain, and they have a very thick gray matter in their mind. So becoming a mindful is the way to observe anger. First of all, I was saying, you cannot control anger. Because anger is an energy in your body. Anger, so I've seen like some people hit the pillows and they talk about anger management. You cannot manage anger. You can only transform anger. So anger has to be transformed.
But some people are
way of
impatient.
expression.
That's also the same thing.
Impatient, impulsive, right? Impulsive they are because they are not calm. They have not practiced the meditation. They have not practiced the self-awareness. So what happens is these people who are really in that shaky state, if you take them and start 15 minutes, 30 minutes, decent meditations. And this is not a meditation, it's only breathing in and breathing out and watching what is happening. So I am not anger, I'm observing anger. If you look from that perspective, so think about this is an energy of anger. And this is an energy of awareness. This energy of awareness has to be built. It has to be practiced. It's not automatically given to you. So think about this is like a mother, the power or the energy of mindfulness, and this anger is again a baby in us. This mother has to come and give a hug to this anger.
So there's calm down.
It has to calm down. But unfortunately, we are not practicing this anymore. We are actually getting irritated. So if I'm angry at you and you say, okay, go and hit him, and the language we use in this world today, it's very aggressive language. And it is very impulsive, and you feel too easily get insulted nowadays as in the past time. So we are building this society which is always hyper in nature.
professor, ਜਦੋਂ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ, ਉਹ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਦੰਦ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, that's where the blood pressure problem comes.
Due to that reason.
That's reason, because what happens is this aggression, which was supposed to be done on somebody, but society doesn't allow it.
ਪਰ
ਗੁੱਸਾ ਫਿਰ ਪਲਟ ਕੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ।
ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਮ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ। ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਭਾਂਡੇ ਚੁੱਕ ਸੁੱਟੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਐਵੇਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਲੱਤ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤੀ, ਕਿਤੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਸੁੱਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ।
Of course, because ਉਹਨੇ express
ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ,
he's expressing it, but he's not observing it. Okay. Let me think about ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸ਼ਰਾਬੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ,
ਹਾਂਜੀ,
ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੋਸ਼ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਹੈ, लेकिन वही डगमगाता है,
ट्राई कर रहा है
कि he's trying to keep a balance. He's trying that balance because he doesn't have the balance.
बिल्कुल
Anger has come. Anger is not getting observed. So anger is taking a shape of hitting others, objects, people, or yourself. Some people start hitting themselves.
अपने आप में कर देते,
right? So for these people, what I will advise is that this practice of meditation is very important. And word is meditation, but what it's becoming observer, drashta. Okay, I'm getting this anger. I'm not angry. I'm observing this anger. This anger is going to make a judgment that MP Singh is not a good person. That judgment will go further angry because Gupta uncle told me he's a bad person. Now the third person tells me, no, it's giving me confirmation. Support that my anger is really true. And now my brain dopamine is started coming. I have a lot of energy. And I lost my balance. I am no more myself anymore. I have become an animal now. Then I hit you, and you have a nose bleeding or something, and the police comes and catches me and put me in the jail. And then I lost my job, I lost my family, I lost my home, and then I realized, what I did this? And who did this thing? I never did it.
दूसरे बंदे ने ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ push ਕੀਤਾ.
Like then you're asking who did it? The answer is yes, because your thought process, which I was talking about,
you lose your control.
You lose your control, and the reason you lose your control because you are not mindful. The real observation of anger is when you're angry, you can see your anger. That's the first step, right? So, and once you see the anger, you are not giving any more energy to anger. You're sucking energy from them. Most of the time, we give energy to anger. And anger becomes the monster. And it starts eating you up. And if you look for last 100 years, if you go to the history, the most violent wars have happened in last century only. And most people were killed in the last century only. And why? Because this anger has to process. So the wars are the means. A peaceful society will never have wars. But passing this energy back and forth is not going to help. You have to create a thinking, you have to create this compassion. So I take love. And compassion is very important. So if you are angry at me, say, I did something wrong to you unknowingly, and you are very angry at me. When I look at you, I'm not reacting to your anger. I'm trying to understand the suffering of your anger. When I understand, sir, you are really angry at me, and I'm really compassionate about that. I need to help you. How can I help you, sir? If I go with that love
and affection
to you,
just saying that
reduce, you will come back. Okay, it was not. Right? This is not a real thing. Don't worry about this thing, right?
So your approach has changed the anger completely.
Anger completely changed. So what I want to do is I want to breathe in your anger, take it to my heart, observe it, and breathe out my love and compassion. How can I help you? This is a practice.
Very, very good. बहुत गुड अप्रोच है, पॉजिटिव अप्रोच है कि जे कोई बंदा दूसरा गुस्सा करदा भी है ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਾਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੋ।
ਔਰ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਾਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ
ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ।
So there's no control. What is happening is you're slowly becoming strong and observer.
Changing the approach.
Changing the total approach. And the anger starts slipping away. Anger starts transforming because it's an energy. I don't want to use anger energy. I want to use love energy. I want to use compassion energy.
ਇੱਕ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਾਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਤੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਉਸ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾ ਆਏ, ਪਰ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਕਾਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਹੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਰੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਰੀਟੇਟ ਕਰੀ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਇਰੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੀਲ ਕਰੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਫਿਰ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਬਿਯੋਂਡ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਨਾ।
Exactly. So what happens is Buddha Bhagwan gave sannyas to one his disciple. So the father, his father got really angry. In olden days, sannyas, you have to not get married and live a pious life and all those things. So unka mera ek beta siga, tusi onu bhi le le. He got really angry. And he came and said very abusive words to Mahatma, like Buddha at that time. And he spit on him.
Oh.
Gusse. So he wiped his spit. The students, Anand was one of them. Anand got really angry. Okay, how dare you? He said, no, calm down, sit down. He sat there. And then he went back. After a couple of days, he came back.
Hmm.
When he came back, he bowed. He said, I'm really sorry.
Hmm.
Bhagwan, Buddha Bhagwan at that time said, no, you need to ask for sorry. The person who came never came the second time.
Yeah.
It's a really new person came here.
Yeah, you are new.
You're new. So, ability to renew people. So, if 20 people...
So his
20
approach was so different.
Yeah, very different.
ਉਹਨੇ ਰੀਅਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੋਈ, ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ।
You are not the same person.
They are not the same person. So, if 100 people hit you, out of that 2 people, you can make a change. That's good enough for
ਸਰ,
that.
ਜਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਭੱਜ ਦੌੜ ਵਾਲੀ,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਗੁੱਸਾ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਭਾਵਕ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਪਿਆ, ਕੋਈ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ see ਗੁੱਸਾ ਇਸ
ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਤੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ।
ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ
ਕੋਈ
ਨਹੀਂ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
ਚਲੋ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਉਹ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ।
ਨਾ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਰਨ ਕभी ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ। So you know I've seen some people who take a pillow or a small baby toy and they start hitting it.
Yeah,
I've seen that part of anger management. That's why
to calm down.
Yeah. I that's what I see this anger management schools talking, and I tell them this is nonsense. It's not going to work. First of all, that's an innocent pillow. Why you are hitting it? He's not done anything to you, right? So by hitting it, you cannot do it. So Bhagwan created a meditation called dynamic meditation, which has 4 stages. So let's go through that one. That will really help. The first 15 minutes is aggressive breathing, and you focus only on breathe out, but you breathe out from different parts. And then there's a different stages. I will not go everything, but then you bring your anger also. You hit, but that's not meditation. That is becoming aware of the anger. That I have an anger. Anger is hiding in me so many places, in so many different places, and I'm bringing it out. Because most of the time anger comes from an unconscious mind. In unconscious mind, you don't have a conscious control. You just do it from that perspective.
ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਦਾ ਦਰਪਣ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਸੋਹਲ ਹਰ ਵਾਰੀ ਨਵੇਂ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਚੁਣਿਆ ਉਹ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਗੁੱਸਾ, ਐਂਗਰ। ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਪਿਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਪੁੱਛ ਲਓ, ਉਹਦਾ ਫੇਸ ਕੁਝ ਹੋਰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਬਿਹਾਈਂਡ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਰ ਹੈ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਉਹਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆਇਆ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੈ। ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਦਬਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ, ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਾਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਬੜੀ ਚਿੰਤਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ।
Anger cannot be controlled.
ਇਹ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ।
No. Anger cannot be pushed out. Cannot be.
ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਛੱਡੋ ਜੀ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਥੁੱਕੋ।
ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਹੀ ਨਾ, ਗੁੱਸਾ ਤਾਂ still is there.
ਉਹ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
ਅੰਦਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ, right? So the anger can only be transformed. Because anger initially, the anger we are talking today is a deformation of the love or the desire expectations. That's all it is. मैं कार चला के जा रहा मेरे टाइम पे नहीं पहुंच सक रहा तो मैं गुस्सा आ गया. Look at the situation we live. We start shouting in the car to another person.
Driving slow.
Driving slow.
ਲਾਈਟਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੱਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੈੱਡ ਲਾਈਟ ਆ ਗਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਕੱਢੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ।
So think about how much is boiling in you. That even a small spark burns the house.
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ।
So what happens is, this is an exercise which we do with Bhagwan's meditations, where we start pulling it out slowly. It is a long journey, and your angers are not of this life even. These angers are coming from the previous lives too. So right now, for people who are listening right now, first of all, most important thing is become aware of anger, that I am angry. That's the only step. I think if you can take one step, that I am angry, what you're doing is sucking energy from the anger.
Well, first of all, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਨੂੰ accept ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ
Yes.
ਕਿ I am angry.
I'm angry. And the moment you recognize that I'm angry, the next step is the judgment I'm making about the anger, you can make it wisely. So if I'm angry at you, and I said, no, I'm angry at MP Singh, I need to think again. He's my uncle. I'm angry at him. And the judgment I was going to make to hit you has been gone back. He's my uncle.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to hit you. I may say, you're not doing right to me, but the reaction has changed. But if I really, really go and look carefully, then I say, forget about me. My uncle is really in suffering right now.
Yeah.
There may be something else bothering him. Let me interrogate it. Let me see if I can help him from some way. And it is a contagious disease. If I do to you, he will do to me. It's just like जुकाम ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ, ਇਹ ਫੈਲਦਾ ਹੈ.
ਸਰ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਣ ਤੋਂ ਜੋ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਾਲੀ, ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸੋਚੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਬੈਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ. ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਾਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਸੌਖਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਰਾਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਜੀ. ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ 'ਚ ਹੋਵੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਸੋਚਣ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ.
ਨਹੀਂ, ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਨਹੀਂ. ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਗੀ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ. ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਹਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਫੁੱਲੀ ਅਵੇਅਰ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਕਰਨਾ. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਾਰ ਚਲਾ ਰਿਹਾ, ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ. I was not aware. I'm just making an example. I'm giving a lecture, I'm talking to students, but my mind is somewhere else. I'm not aware. So whatever you do, focus on it. If you're drinking tea, just drink the tea.
Enjoy that moment.
Enjoy that moment.
ਉਹ moment enjoy ਕਰਨਾ.
So once you start practicing that, then the awareness comes.
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਜੀ, ਲੰਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਧਿਆਨ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੰਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਫਟਾਫਟ ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਉਹ ਢਿੱਡ ਭਰ ਗਿਆ, ਨਾ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਹੋਰ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲੈਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ, ਪਤਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ.
And this is the biggest disease which medical science doesn't know. If we become totally aware, and awareness is very important, and Bhagwan used to say this thing, it is very important, I will tell you, that you start becoming aware, okay? Small things, day-to-day things. Slowly the practice improves. Then comes the Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga is nothing. You are aware of everything. Dhyana Yoga keep moving to Nindra Yoga, where you are sleeping but you are awake. So even the sleep goes away, the whole sleep, you're sleeping, but you're aware that I'm sleeping. Your awareness has gone too high at that level. And then the last is Mrityu Yoga.
Achha.
You're dying and you're becoming aware that I'm dying.
But that's a certain.
But you're not dying unconsciously. So awareness can get to that level. So I'm not saying go there. I'm saying every day take couple steps, because it will help you. You will not get into fights. You will not fight with yourself, which is way more important than others, right? Always think of helping others, having compassion for somebody, because the biggest medicine for anger is compassion. And we need to build this compassion. For me, I got so many things, and then I get irritated for small things. I need to go back. I say, okay, I never deserve what I have today. I don't deserve it. This is the help of my people, my friends. Today, let's talk about this radio show.
So you learn to appreciate
Yes.
what you have. Yeah.
This radio show is not because of me speaking here. It's effort of this team.
Yeah.
On that I'm standing, and I'm getting a praise.
Yeah.
It's not my praise. It's the effort
Yeah.
and the hard work.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਕੰਮ, ਉਹਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਾਰਟ ਬਣਾਇਆ.
So I need to be compassionate and respectful. I should not be egoistic.
ਹਾਂ, ਵੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ.
Exactly.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ.
So if I shift that mood, then I don't have any arguments here. Because it's a grace now.
ਅੱਛਾ, ਇੱਕ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਜੀ, ਚਲੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ,
ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ.
ਪਰ ਜੇ ਹੁਣ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਾਮ ਡਾਊਨ ਕਰਾਂ?
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਨਾ,
Or to calm down ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ.
because
When you don't react, when somebody show the anger, when you don't react,
ਰਿਐਕਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ
react nahi karna, but not in a numbness, with awareness. And when that gussa kar raha, when somebody is angry, say if you are angry at me, say if I don't show up on time, say that's the case, right? I wasted my time, I let my clients go, and you didn't show up. You're angry at me. And then I don't react to it. I can ask apology. I'm sorry I got stuck somewhere. Or I can be honest, I forgot. sorry about it. I will make myself correct next time. This is my problem. I did it. I will never do it again. I'm honest with you.
Professor, मेरा आपसे एक सवाल है. There is so much unrest in this world, right? हमारे प्रेयर में हम हमेशा कहते हैं that there be peace in this world. समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु. तो does that mean our prayers are not listened?
Who is listening?
Unless to hand.
Who is going to listen it?
If we believe Almighty, right? So when we pray, God that let there be peace in this world. समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु. तो वो प्रेयर सुनी नहीं जा रही, अनरेस्ट तो फिर भी बढ़ी जा रही है.
कुदरत में कादर है, वो कहीं है नहीं. There is no God.
मजा ला रहे सी गल क्वेश्चन करके नहीं.
No, I wanted his. No. I wanted his opinion about it.
There is no God, but there is godliness, and that godliness is in us. So I am praying, I Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. मैं तालु थप्पड़ मारी जा रहे हैं.
So
You are not honest to yourself. If you are not honest, and the reason you are not honest because you are not watching yourself. I have seen a lot of people in the morning they start doing prayers, and the phone call comes, they stop it and they start talking. Okay, that person is more important than this. Then don't give importance to this. If this is very important, let somebody die and give focus on this thing. They don't have any focus. They pretend. They don't act. And the reason they don't act because they are not watching who they are. And this observation is very important, sir. Self-analysis is very important.
Self-analysis, बिल्कुल.
You know, ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਸਿਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਕਿਤਾਬ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁੰਦੀ. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਉਲਟ ਦਿਓ, ਕਿਤਾਬ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੱਖੋ, ਸਿਰ ਨੂੰ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖੋ.
Very good. Very good.
That practice we have to build. And once you build this practice, मजा आने लगता है जीन ਦਾ.
ਸੈਲਫ ਐਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸੈਲਫ ਡਿਟਰਮੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ. ਸੈਲਫ ਐਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਜਾਂ ਸੈਲਫ ਕ੍ਰਿਟਿਸਿਜ਼ਮ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਤੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਬੜਾ ਸੌਖਾ ਹੈ.
Just do it on yourself, because a person who thinks that I know doesn't know anything.
Yeah, what I am.
So you have to start. I want to learn from you. I want to learn from him. From everybody. Because
every day we learn. Yeah.
Every day we learn. Because I used to have my one uncle here. He was 75 years old, and he came to me to learn English grammar. Oh, second class. He brought those things. I sat and I started watching him. Like, you're 75 years old. You're retired. You're well off. Why you want to learn English? So politely I asked, I will teach. I would love to teach you. I will teach all these things. But why you want to learn these things? He said, "Beta, जिंदगी यहीं खत्म नहीं होती. इसके आगे भी चलेगी. In next life, I don't want to be a carpenter. I want to be like you. So I need to start working right now." So look at that positive attitude. I don't want to even wait for the death. I want to start learning right now for that thing. So first of all, we need to appreciate that as a human being, this is a marvelous life we have got.
ਦੋ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬੜੀਆਂ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ. ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਕਰਨੀ ਪਏਗੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਵਿੱਚ. ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਰਗੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ, ਬੜੀ ਖਤਰਨਾਕ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਹੈ, ਬੜੀ ਖਤਰਨਾਕ ਇਹਦੇ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟ ਹੈ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਾਲੇ. ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਹੋਣਾ ਪਏਗਾ. ਦੂਸਰਾ ਸੈਲਫ ਕ੍ਰਿਟਿਸਿਜ਼ਮ ਜਾਂ ਸੈਲਫ ਐਨਾਲਿਸਿਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੜਾ ਔਖਾ, ਵੈਸੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਔਖਾ. ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚਣਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਨਣਾ. ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਕਿ ਸੌਰੀ ਆਈ ਐਮ 100% ਰੌਂਗ, ਬੜਾ ਔਖਾ ਹੈ ਕਹਿਣਾ. ਇਹ ਈਗੋ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੀ ਹੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਈਗੋਇਸਟ ਲੋਕ ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ, ਕਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਨਦੇ, ਨੈਵਰ. ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਪੋਲੀਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਹੈ, ਚਾਹੇ ਉਹ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਸੁਸਾਇਟੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੂਵ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ, ਚਾਹੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨ, ਚਾਹੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਹੈ. ਐਨਾਲਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਔਖਾ. ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ. ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਆਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਇੰਨਾ ਬੁਰਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ, ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ, ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਲੰਘਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ. ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਮ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ कोई बंदा गुस्सा वो छड़ यार गुस्सा पानी पी
गुस्सा ठंडा कर
गुस्सा ठंडा हो जाओ.
There's actually a biological reaction happening behind that, because when that adrenaline and dopamine is coming into your body, when you drink water, it dilutes it.
ਸੋ ਮਤਲਬ ਇੱਕ ਬੜੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ 'ਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਬਣ ਗਏ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਾਈਂਡ ਅਪਸੈਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ
ਆਫਰ ਨੂੰ ਗਲਾਸ ਹੋ
ਨਹੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਨ ਲਓ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ.
And other thing is very important, when we get anger, our breath becomes shallow, means it's happening, it's not going longer, you're breathing very hyper. So just to calm your anger, start slowing down your breath. Make it elongated. And that also has an impact on the chemical body. So having a glass of water and slow down your breath, most probably 50% of anger will be gone.
Very good.
बड़े अच्छे मौजू पे आज बात की है, हाउ टू कंट्रोल द एंगर. प्लस अब हमें पूरी उम्मीद है कि हमारे जो प्रोग्राम जो देख रहे हैं उन्होंने भी इससे काफ़ी कुछ ग्रहण किया होगा. प्लस आपका रेडियो स्टूडियो आने के लिए बहुत बहुत